So, this is my raid farm. It's based off a design by Silent Whisperer, and it has an improved sorting system designed by Rocket Builder. I'm going to take you around and show you the improvements I've made and an additional improvement that I will be making later. Down here we have the sorting system by Rocket Builder, with a few minor additions to dump extra items so it doesn't overflow. I have more totems than I could possibly ever need. And I've added a compression system using a crafter to convert the emeralds into emerald blocks. I have many redstone blocks, but this isn't automated. So I'm going to be using a large number of emerald blocks for another project, so I need to stay at this farm for quite a while, and the sorting system helps. I have a sorting system over here that takes the drops from the pillager captains, which will spawn inside here and get pushed into a trident killer. It will filter out any items which are ominous potions, and then send these up to the top. This is a result of the change in a previous release, which changed it from killing a pillager captain would cause a raid coming near a villager, which allowed for much faster raid farms, to requiring the player to drink an ominous bottle to trigger a raid. But it works. So at the moment I have a cactus farm and a bamboo farm, which then work together to create green dye down there, which is a small XP farm, but I'm going to need a lot of green dye coming up soon. So up here we have the original location for the spawn spot. Not much of this part is exactly the same as the design. The change came here where all the ominous potions, if I turned on that trident killer down there, gets dropped into this, and I have a auto clicker that will drink the ominous potion, switch to diamond sword with looting, and then 6 minutes later it will switch back. Now this is fine because that will last about 6 hours, but I needed it to last longer. If I was to run this overnight, then some of that time I will have no potions and I will just be standing here. So what I need is a system to take some of these potions and put them into my inventory automatically so that I don't run out. Then I'll be able to run this farm for longer. And it's reasonably safe. I've only had one occasion where Vexes have been able to spot me and come in here and try to kill me. I have a shulker box here just to dump off any items, so in the event that something bad does happen, I don't lose anything. And just a little warning for myself. So, over there we have the villager, the beds, making this village. The trident killer, as is in the original design, but I have an additional lava here because occasionally ravagers will just stop here and start climbing the water so that they won't get close enough to the trident killer to die. The lava will encourage them forward so they get hit by the trident killer. But even if they don't get killed by the trident killer, it's just a loss of some saddles and a little bit of experience, which is not the primary goal here. The primary goal is for the emeralds. In order for this farm to automatically top me up with ominous potions, I'm going to need a timer, a 6-minute timer, that every 6 minutes it will put an extra bottle into my inventory so this slot never empties. And I'm going to go about doing that now. Hello, a quick note from Future Welcomee here. The original intention of this video was to showcase a quick upgrade that I did to my farm to allow me to dispense ominous potions to myself indefinitely while I was using the farm, so I didn't need to restock. This turned out not to go to plan. The plan had been to do one quick upgrade and then I would have a short video showing you how I did that.
The upgrade didn't work as planned and resulted in me receiving damage from Vexes spawning inside. But I'm going to show you the whole process anyway, and trial and error and bug fixing that I did in order to get this farm to work as it should. Those of you familiar with Redstone and spawn mechanics will be able to spot the errors as I make them and as I learn how to fix them. Hope you enjoy. Now back to past welcoming.
So first things first. Just going to place a stone block there to allow me to build down. That's not good. So I need to break that block there. Feather falling protection is very helpful when building at height. So for this build, I need a redstone box. And I need a sticky piston. Can place there. Block of redstone. Okay. And there's the LA that sorts out totems of undying. And I need a dropper. Pointing up. So whenever that piston pushes this redstone block up, it'll deliver an additional ominous potion. So I'll load this up prior to starting. Now I need some way of making sure this timer is always on. Well, it's stopped whenever I'm not using it, so it doesn't continuously dispense items. So, target block. I think about here. Gonna need some glass as well. Nope, no, not going any further out than that. Okay, that works fine for me. So for this, gonna need... Okay. There's probably more blocks than I actually need in here, but, well, it'll be fine. Oh, I'm gonna need some more comparators. I have no quartz. That's not good. Okay. Well, let's just get this bit done. So I need a comparator. There. And a redstone bulb here. And I have a torch. Put that out here. Because we don't need anything spawning while I'm away. I will cover the whole thing in leaves whenever I'm finished so that the raid doesn't spawn on top of there, because the last thing I need is a ravager that will destroy all the leaves around here spawning over there. So I need 2 more comparators. So let's go get those. The redstone shop, which will have the comparators. Nope. Nope. Getting close. Right. So I need they don't need to be sticky pistons, I can just put it on pistons. And redstone block. Okay. So I need a filler item. And 43. So with 4 stacks and 43 items, this timer with the redstone lamp will last 5 minutes and 59 seconds. So that's just going to continuously loop backwards and forwards which is not what we want. Luckily, we can get glass. So get some redstone dust. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. If I put a lever on this side. Turn it on. It will drain into the other side. But because it's strongly powered here, it will stay across there and won't allow it to come back. And this is the good start state. So the piston is up with a redstone lamp on. And next is to cover this whole thing in leaves so that it doesn't trigger as part of the raid. I will not need very many leaves, but I do need some. Let's go down here. Practically the only thing that the raid cannot spawn on are leaves. So all of this has to be covered up. And everything removed. Leaves and scaffolding. But I remove all of these blocks. Don't need that. That should be everything safe. There's one way to figure it out. Not by destroying the platform you're standing on. Let that tidy up. You can always test it. Should allow for longer runs with this farm. There we go. So if I stand here and I load this with $64 potions of that and diamond 4, diamond 4, I load those potions in there. Take this in this slot. Turn on the trading pillar at the top. Start the timer. Just stand here. So the auto clicker is running. Just before I take another ominous potion, it should top that up. So we'll find out in 6 minutes. So after 2 minutes, the piston has gone down. The light is still on. When it triggers again, going back the way, so at the 4-minute mark, the light will go off, and then you'll have to wait for another cycle for the light to go back on. And this will push up dispensing a potion. Six minutes is just the margin of error to complete all the raids, plus a small amount of additional time for the cooldown. Oh, I've just taken damage from something. Why am I taking damage? There we go. And I have topped up the ominous potions. Stick that off, turn that off. I am a little concerned that I took damage from something there. But the improvement seems to have been a success. So, at the end of the last section of the video, I took some damage while standing here testing the machine. And I wanted to know what happened. Why did that happen? Turns out I've accidentally created a spawn spot here for the raid. Now, for whatever reason, the mob that spawns here, like, almost instantly despawns as well, but it's enough time to cause damage. And I actually shouldn't have built it this way at all. There's no need for this to be pushing up into here, creating a lower area. So I'm just going to redesign this. I'm going to move this underneath and replace that with a leaf block. I also put a beacon in here, so I'm constantly protected by regeneration and resistance. But let's move this around a bit. So I need some scaffolding and some blocks. I'm going to need to go this way. That'll do. That will not do. Cannot scaffold today. Yeah, that's as far as I'm going to get. And I'm too high. Okay. Break these. Go back again. And it's getting dark. Okay. Let's go and sleep for a bit. Best not to do this in the dark. Especially because I don't know if I slept recently, so phantoms may spawn. So really all I need to do is to move that piston. Instead of pushing up, pushes out the way. It shouldn't be too much problem. Okay. in there. Redstone block. And I'm gonna need some way of getting the signal from up that way. Okay, so let's see. I mean, that should probably do it. I need to get 3 bits of redstone. Actually, why am I going in here? I'm finding redstone here. Still redstone. Let's see if this works. No, I just need some leaves. Seems fine. That is not fine. There we go. Let's just test it. Having taken away the spawn spot, this should now work as expected. Yeah, let's just be a bit more careful, just in the event I do die. Don't need all this stuff. Terminate farming. Take the potion. Turn this on. Now, in theory, this should then go through 3 stacks of ominous potions while I'm waiting here. But it will tell at the end if I take damage. Oh, that's not good. It appears to be constantly dispensing. Created an infinite loop. Yeah. I just took damage as well. So I have not solved the problem. So the problem is that So, a target block might help. So if I put that in there, it's not being powered by the redstone block. That seems like a good thing. Light is not on. Now it's on. Now it's being pushed. Okay, that looks more promising. Real-time redstone debugging. The target block is directly under the piston, so there's nothing that can spawn there. All the other blocks are there, sort of thing. So if we take it ominous pushing 4, we do those, and those, and we put bar 2 into here, then we should auto-fill with that. Go away. Okay, let's try this again. Turn the farm on. Turn the on explosion. Start the timer. Let's see, do I take damage? No. The only thing that anything could potentially spawn on is this. But I'm hoping the fact that I'm actually standing on half on this block and half on this block, that makes it ineligible. But if it doesn't, I can get 2 glass panes here, which should stop it, because that's the same thing that's blocking this one from being spawned on block. But we'll see if I take any damage. Or I'm going to get tons of potions. Let's see what happens. Right, the next approach is to put glass panes up here, which will hopefully block that spawn spot. And it also, if I were to take damage, I physically can't move anywhere. But if I block off all the spawn spots, there shouldn't be anywhere for anything to spawn to cause me damage. Ah, that could be a problem. Fence first, maybe? Like that. I can fit in this gap. Good. Right. Try that. Turn the water. Turn it on. Stand and wait. That looks like a success.
Later that same evening.
Yeah. It appears I'm being damaged, so I'm going to have to implement the next fix. Come in with those. Okay. Hi, Mr. Malek. Okay, so that's gonna have to move back a bit. So, let's use. Okay, this could work. Okay, I'm moving all the button. And then just put the fish in there. Okay. There's that. The trigger. You know what? It doesn't match. It shouldn't matter that it's one block lower. As long as it's blocks above it. So if I was to put it against this block, then whenever that triggers, so that's where this thing. And this one. Or then if we put this above it, then it should phase through all of those whenever it gets activated. No, it's here. Okay. It's dispensing to the side. What do we do about it? Okay. Don't really. Okay. Let's try something else. No, this one's to the side. But okay, this one's You know? That's fine. It's floating on top. That's what we want. Right, okay, so in theory, this is what.
6 hours later.
Hopefully you've enjoyed this raid farm trial and error bug fixing sort of let's play style. If you have, please click a like. If you want more of these or other tutorial videos, please hit subscribe and I'll see what I can bring up next. Hopefully you'll in the next video you'll start to see the beginnings of the project of why I need so many emerald blocks. Should be exciting. Catch you next time.